Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corpse Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Dad from Devil Driving.
This is Odorous from Quad. You're listening to RABID NOISE
on RABID Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to RABID NOISE on RABID Radio. That was Sky is Falling from Anti-Flag's new album, American Spring. And here to talk about everything Anti-Flag is drummer Pat Thetic. Great to have you on the show, man. How's things?
Things are great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome to have you on the show, dude. Well, so today, I'm pretty sure, is the release day of American Spring over here. Well, by the time it airs next week, it'll be last week, if that's just confusing enough. But have you got anything special planned for the release to celebrate?
Well, yeah, we're doing. I'm on tour right now. I'm actually in Denver tonight, and in the U.S. And then we're going to Punk Rock Bowling, which is a big punk rock festival in Las Vegas for the weekend. So it's a good time and a good way to celebrate the new record coming out and all things punk rock in the U.S. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. So it's bowling and punk rock.
Yeah, I'm not a bowler. I think the bowling is just an excuse to bring everybody in and have them drink a lot of beer, I think is really what's going on. But it's been a festival that's gone on in the U.S. for like 10 years now. It's been going on in the States for a while.
We need something like that down here. That sounds awesome.
I'm surprised they haven't brought it to Australia. It's doing well in the States. The guys who run it are the Stearns, who were in a band called Youth Brigade, and they have a record company, and they also do this punk rock bowling.
We maybe should hit them up, say bring it down to Australia, because we need something like that.
I'm going to tell them that. I'm going to tell them I want to dig. We'll take it to Australia because I want to go to Australia and play because I love being in Australia.
You've been here a few times, and I think the last time you were here, you actually played the Gold Coast, where I'm from, down at the Coolangatta Hotel. Yeah,
it's been a few years since we've been there, but we were there. You know, every time we're there, it's awesome. And the Gold Coast is a beautiful place. Almost everywhere in Australia has been really beautiful.
We got it good.
You do have it good. It's better than Pittsburgh, where we're from. We've got the river that's full of shit, and we got sort of hills we've got what we call in Pittsburgh brownfields, which are sort of toxic waste areas that used to have factories on them, but they tore down the factories, but the soil's contaminated, so they can't build anything else on it. So that's what we have in Pittsburgh, where you have beautiful oceans and mountains. We have rivers and brownfields.
Well, maybe you should just move here.
I think I should. I think that's the moral of the story.
So the new album, American Spring, I'm really digging it, man. And it's been about 3 years since your last album, The General Strike. What's been going on with you guys between that time?
We've been touring, and then in our personal lives, number two went through a divorce, and that comes out in this record. And my father died right before we recorded this record. So there's been some shit that has gone on in our lives that has found its way, at least in a flavor, on this record. But so there's been some bad times, but also played a lot of great shows in the last 3 years. So there's been good times as well. And that's rock and roll, and that's life, and that's how it goes. You gotta, everything's not good all the time, and you gotta battle through, and hopefully you have friends and people around you that care about you and that you care about to help you get through those shitty times. And in my life, I'm lucky because the guys that have been in our life, my band, and the guys who travel with us have been friends for 10, 15 years. Good to have that support in our lives.
Do you think you guys have, become stronger as friends as the years have gone by?
Absolutely. We hate each other more in some respects because we're around each other so much. But also, we're definitely, the guys in the band know me better than anybody else in the world knows me because we've spent more time together than with anybody else.
Well, that is a good thing, though. You've got that good support network between you. The band, and as you said, you're like brothers, I guess. Around
absolutely.
each other all the time.
Yeah, sometimes. On most days when I'm on tour, I'm within 25, 30 feet of them at all times for months, or for at least weeks, and then sometimes months. So when you're in that environment, it becomes a different experience than when you just see your friends every couple of weeks or every other day or something like that.
For sure, man. The artwork for the album is amazing too. Can you explain to me what's the idea behind the album cover?
Well, the album cover and the back of the record need to be taken at the same time. And a friend of ours in Pittsburgh is a graphic designer, and he came up with the concept. We were talking about American Spring and Revolution and what does the term American Spring mean, and he said, I have this great idea of putting flowers over these archetypal images. And we were like, give us a picture of what that is. And he showed it to us, and we had it at the office. And a friend of ours, who's not a punk rocker, came in to the office and said, what is this? And we told him it's the record cover. And we showed him the front cover with the woman in the hijab, and he said, ooh, that's provocative. And we said, oh, okay. And then we showed him the American soldier with the flower over his face. And he said, oh, you can't do that. And we were like, well, why can't we do that? Why is the perceived violence of one image okay and the perceived violence of the American not? And then we realized that statement needed to be made. If you see this image as violent, then you need to see this image for all people. And it can't just be for the people you think it's okay to be violent. Yeah, so that idea talk about with black men in the U.S. are being shot by cops every day, not every day, but almost every day, and what that means to the American culture. So there's a lot of ideas that are going on in the record.
It's a really powerful image. Well, both of the images, and that's it's definitely going to get people talking, and I guess that's what you guys are about, is inspiring people. And you've been doing this for many years and have probably met thousands of fans on your travels along the way. Has there been one fan interaction that has had a really big impact on you personally?
Well, it was down the street, and the kid who was making the burritos said, "You look like the kid that I am," and he said, "Your band ruined my life," and I believe that. And he said, "When I was young, I heard the song Spaz's House Destruction Party, and in that song we talk about a friend of ours called Os Rotten." And he said, I heard that. I went to the internet. I looked up who Os Rotten was, and he said, "I've never looked back. I've been a crusty punk ever since that." And I was like, that is fucking awesome. Those interactions are amazing, that people connects with them in some.
That's amazing, man. It really is how you can, inspire people like that, and and then
it's not that we inspire. It's just that we're part of a culture that is important to me, and I want other people to have back as well. And if it connects with them, I think that's really awesome.
Oh man, there's nothing better. Really, there is nothing better. Being able to connect to people through music like that.
Absolutely.
So, if you could give someone an album from your own personal collection that, you could feel could make a difference in their life, whether it be musically or, inspirational or thought-provoking, what would that be?
I love Generation X, and I know Billy Idol is seen as a putz, and he probably is. So those records are amazing to me. So any Generation X record, if you get a chance to pick one up, you should. And the songs are amazing, and it talks about being an angry, disenchanted youth, and that speaks to me even now.
Yeah, I like Billy Idol. I don't care what anyone says.
Good, me too.
Yeah, he was here recently, and I missed him, and I was really bummed. Like every time he tours, I'm like, I'm going to go see him, and I missed it. I don't know why.
I don't really know much about him. I just know that the Generation X stuff is so amazing that it's incredible to me.
Oh man, it is definitely awesome stuff. So I'm mainly a metal guy, but I listen to a lot of punk as well, and I do believe as a songwriter you have to keep your mind open a little bit to other musical styles and things like that. When it comes to your own personal and writing, what's the most unlikely band or music that you'd listen to that you incorporate?
Well, it's not necessarily band. incorporate, but I listen to a lot of podcasts and a lot of lectures into our song, and those ideas of socialism and how religions are used to control people, and how the consumer society is impacting the way we see our lives, and those ideas definitely make it into the records.
Awesome, man. I listen to a lot of podcasts too. You know, I love podcasts at the moment.
Yeah, I love podcasts too. As a student, but I didn't like to read. I actually hate reading. I have it's very difficult for me to read. But podcasts are a great way of getting information, and I'm happy that that cultural phenomenon has happened.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, I love it. I'm with you on that one. I'm not much of a reader, but you know, I definitely love listening and hearing what people are going to say and tell stories. And I listen to a lot of geek ones as well about Star Wars and stuff, as well as the important ones.
Yeah, well, there's an infinite number of people in the world that are smarter than, you know. If I can listen to them tell me what they know, that's better for everybody.
Awesome, man. Well, can we expect to see you guys down here again soon?
Yeah, really trying to get down. We're hoping to be down there in next, I guess it's your summer. It'll be our winter, but your summer. So we're hoping to be down in January, February, sometime around there.
Awesome, man. Well, we definitely can't wait to see you dudes again down here for some good old punk rock and some beers. So we're going to go to the killer opening track, Fabled World from American Spring now. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man, and we'll see you guys then.
Thank you. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.